Thank you, Ms. Cook, for that beautifully elegant dance. Can we give her another round of applause? And I know many of you are so excited to be here. I'm just going to ask that if you're near the stage to just take a step back so that we can ensure that our performers are able to use the full breadth of the stage. I've been asked to repeat the exact same thing. Please take a step back. Thank you. I would now like to introduce our esteemed Chinese Caucus Chair, MP Han Don of Don Valley North. He has been the Chinese Caucus Chair since 2019, and he has advocated for the Chinese community and working with our Liberal caucus on issues like anti-Asian racism and championing the Ron Alexander Miao to be the possible new face of the $5 bill. Over to you, Han.
Thank you so much, Jean. Thank you very much, Jean, especially for throwing that $5 bill issue in. But before I begin, if I may ask people from the back if you can move back one step. The reason for it is I want to be able to see all the MPs and ministers so I can give them the proper recognition. 大家在后面的朋友们 ，Hello， 在后面的朋友们往后面走一步好不好？这样子我可以看到我所有的国会议员的同事们，这样子我可以一个个介绍他们，不然的话我肯定今天会得罪我的同事的。Okay，good， okay. Well, I want to welcome everyone. You know, I see friends from the Korean community, I see friends from the Vietnamese community, and of course I see friends from the Chinese community. There are people from Montreal, from London, Ontario, all over. And this is the first celebration we've held here on Capitol Hill, the first time in 4 years. It's so special. 我在这里仅代表我们华人国会议员的党团成员和各位我们的国会议员和部长给大家拜年了，祝大家新春快乐，身体健康。And I want to properly recognize some of my colleagues, and there are many of them here. MP Pam Danoff from Oakville North, Burlington. Raise your hand, Pam. There you go. So if you recognize or you haven't met your local MP, make sure you go over and say hi. MP Yasser Naqvi from here, Ottawa Centre. Minister Joyce Murray is with us as well from Vancouver Quadra. And MP Leah Taylor-Roy, of course a lot of you know, there's Leah. Aurora Oak Ridge, Richmond Hill. Minister Marcy Yin, Marcy is here from Toronto Centre. MP Ma Wanli, Ma Wanli needs no introduction. Majid Sakhari. MP Samir Saberi is here. I saw Samir just now. Salma Saeed, my good friend, neighbor, Salma Saeed is right there, Scarborough Centre. MP Chandra Aria, you know, the local MP who looks after us here in Ottawa. MP Shaun Chen, who will be speaking later on. Shaun, very popular guy there. And of course, we heard from Jin Ye, my other neighbor from the east, from Scarborough, Agincourt. MP Wilson Miao will be speaking later too, from all the way from BC. Of course, MP Paul Chen. 我们这里只有 Paul 可以穿明黄色的，你知道我什么意思吗？Minister Stephen Guilbeault is here from Laurier Saint Marie. Minister Madeleine Joly, our foreign minister, was here. I think she's still here somewhere. Minister Carolyn Bennett from Toronto, St. Paul's. Leah McLeod Diab from Halifax West. And MP Marie-France Lalonde, Orleans. MP Lisa Hempner, Hamilton Mountain. And this is exciting, Rachie Vandas. Rachie is the first Filipino MP ever elected to the House. Rachie is right there. Right there, right there. And Rob Oliphant, my good neighbor from Don Valley West. Francesco Sabara, Francesco right there from Vaughan. And Ahmed Hussein from York Southwestern. Khalina Hazik, Minister Khalina Hazik is here. Tony as well from Newmarket, Aurora. And Talib. Oh, Talib from Vancouver, yes, Talib. And I'm sure, Manny Sadu is here, Brampton East. Manny, there you go. All right, I'm sure I missed somebody, and somebody's gonna be up. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so, must be the blue. Must be the blue. And Judy Scroll. Judy, is one of my mentors very early on, and I worked on her nomination back in the 90s. And I'm not gonna hold the stage any longer. I look forward to hear from a very good friend of mine. Someone is very special to all of us. The only Asian female cabinet minister currently, the one and only, the Honorable Mary Ying, Minister.
Wow. 新年快樂，新年快樂. Thank you so much, Han, and it's terrific to be here with so many of my wonderful MP colleagues, and look at this incredible room of wonderful Asian Canadians celebrating the Lunar New Year. What a wonderful way to start the year of the rabbit. 大家好，新年快樂，新年快樂，兔年大吉大利. It's the year of the rabbit. And let me share just some of the characteristics of what this year is. They say the rabbit is proud and earnest. They say the rabbit is kind, and that they treat others with kindness and expect to be treated the same way. Kindness, though, can sometimes be interpreted as soft and weak. But I think that would be a mistake. When you look at a room like this, I think that the quiet personality of the rabbit is one that is filled with confidence, with strength, and respect. They say that the rabbit moves steadily towards their goals, no matter what negativity may face from time to time. And I can't, and looking at this room, these are the very characteristics that describe everyone here, the Asian Canadian community all throughout Canada. We're finally together. We're in Ottawa, and we're celebrating the Lunar New Year. Now, as the good member of Parliament from Markham Thornhill, I would be remiss if I didn't say a special shout out to those who came in on that wonderful bus from Markham Thornhill to Parliament Hill. And after 3 long years of not being here together, here we are celebrating at a time when the last 3 years have been really tough. It's been hard for many Canadians weathering through the pandemic, but you've done it with such perseverance and resilience. We saw businesses shutter. We saw neighbors and friends stand up for each other. We saw frontline healthcare workers keeping us all safe. And they did so just like with those characteristics of the rabbit. They did so steadily, with quiet confidence and strength. But as I said earlier, it isn't without hardships and challenges. And in these last number of years, we as a community also faced anti-Asian racism. It's been tough, and I know it's been tough for many of you, and yet you've all persevered. And like the rabbit, I would say, with kindness and sometimes forgiveness. Here, before I introduce our very, very special guest, I don't want to stand in the way between me, you, the special guest, but I do need to say a couple of words. And it's a special word for the Prime Minister of Canada, for his strength and his perseverance, and for always having our back. He listened at a time when it was really hard for our community. He listened to me, and he listened to all of my colleagues and all of my MP colleagues who are here, which Shaun listed. Through them, your voices got to him. Every single time the Prime Minister of Canada stood up for us, stood against anti-Asian racism, and he was there for us. Diversity is a fact in our country. Inclusion is a choice. That is a line I borrow from my colleague Ahmed Hussein. 祝大家新年快樂，萬事如意，身體健康。It is my honor to serve in the Prime Minister's cabinet. He is our special guest, a terrifically inspiring leader, someone who I've had the opportunity, and many of my colleagues have had an opportunity to work closely with. He shares our pride with all of you in our community. He shares in the celebration of our culture, and I know he is thrilled to be here with all of us in person after such a long time. So with that, everyone, give a hand to the Right Honourable Justin Trudeau, the Prime Minister of Canada. Now, we'll take a time for the Prime Minister to get to the stage because he's walking through a crowd of people.
Hello, everyone. Happy New Year. Bonsoir. Merci, Mary, pour cette introduction, et merci à Han et à notre caucus chinois de nous accueillir. I know there's a lot of other friends tonight. Jean, Paul Chang, Shaun Chen, Wilson Miao, and a lot of other MPs who helped organize tonight's event. Happy New Year to you all. Happy Year of the Rabbit. Happy Year of the Cat to our Vietnamese friends. But what a wonderful moment to celebrate all together after too many years without being able to gather this way. It is so great to be back here in person with you, celebrating Lunar New Year on the Hill. This is, after all, a huge part of what Lunar New Year is all about. Being together with friends, with community, and with family, and with lions. Yes, we're not forgetting you. For communities with many new Canadians, like the Chinese, Korean, Vietnamese communities, being able to be with family is even more important, especially when family lives all around the world. Every family wants to be able to make the kind of memories where a grandparent lovingly hands out red envelopes and everyone shares in the joy of the kids. That's why our government has worked hard to make it easier for families to be reunited. Last year, we accepted 15,000 applications under the Parents and Grandparents Sponsorship Program, and in the summer, we implemented enhancements to the Super Visa so that parents and grandparents who live in other countries can still be with their families in important moments. Le Nouvel An lunaire est aussi un moment de renouveau. Pour nous, les parlementaires, on se prépare pour la nouvelle session, mais on pense aussi aux grands défis qui nous attendent. Par exemple, comment aider les familles ici au Canada à gérer la hausse du coût de la vie, un défi qui touche le monde entier. Et comment faire en sorte que nos entreprises puissent prospérer et croître dans un monde incertain. C'est important de prendre un moment pour se rencontrer et se ressourcer et pour être prêt pour continuer dans cette nouvelle année. The work that lies ahead this year will make a big difference in people's lives. Work like making sure we can strengthen universal public health care in this country, a fundamental promise of Canada that has drawn so many people here. Work to address racism and ensure Canada continues to be a welcoming place for everyone. We've made combating anti-Asian racism a part of our anti-racism strategy and provided funding for a national forum on anti-Asian racism, but we know there is more to do. We will keep up our work to make sure everyone has a real and fair chance at success, part of which means growing our economy, including by expanding trade with Indo-Pacific countries. As many of you know, Canada launched its Indo-Pacific strategy just a couple of months ago. It'll guide our engagement with countries like China, Korea, Vietnam, and dozens of other countries in the region. Not only is there a huge potential to grow our economy through these relationships, there's also an opportunity to build up the deep-rooted people-to-people ties between our countries as business partners, as friends, as family, and as a community. 1 in 5 Canadians have roots in this region, and we have a rich history of cultural exchange. I saw it and I felt it just last week when I walked in the Vancouver Lunar New Year parade. It was wonderful to be going through Chinatown with so many friends, celebrating every step of the way, not just this Lunar New Year, but the years we've missed in parades and celebrations altogether. Thousands of people from all different backgrounds came together to be part of the celebration because Canadians are not just proud of our diversity, we revel in it. There were families, firecrackers, pastries, and lion dances. People were having a great time. And I know we're here to have a great time tonight. So I'm really looking forward to celebrating with you all. I look forward to the work we're going to do together to build a more inclusive, more prosperous, and more resilient country. Chok mun nam moi, se bok mani badiseu, shinye kwai le, sumni fai lok. Thank you very much. Merci beaucoup. Joyeux Nouvel An.
All right, thank you very much to our Right Honourable Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. Let's give another round of applause. Before I start, can I ask the crowd to move back one step, please? 可以麻烦退后一步吗？谢谢。麻烦你退后一步，唔該。Thank you. We're very grateful for our Prime Minister's leadership and the work you have done for all Canadians, including many Asian communities across Canada. Just last week, we are very honored to have you, the Prime Minister, in British Columbia to start the Lunar New Year festivities right in the heart of Vancouver, Chinatown, one of the many celebrations happening across our country. It is a celebration that many Asian Canadians look forward to each year. And it is in these festive times that many of us will create memories that will be cherished and last a lifetime. Your presence here today means a lot in the Asian community as we revitalize our Chinatowns and find new ways to preserve and honor the commitments made by the many generations of Asian Canadians before us. They have come around the world making substantial contribution to our amazing Canada and choosing to make Canada their home. Prime Minister, you have led our government to work tirelessly to recognize Canada's various ethnic communities. Your constant support for inclusivity and commemoration of Asian heritage has been crucial to tackling the rise of anti-Asian racism in the recent years. These commitments truly make a difference across our country to so many individuals and families, regardless of their background and where they come from. As the Member of Parliament for Richmond Centre, where 70% of my residents in my riding are Asian background, and many of us are very proud of the traditions and rich culture we brought to Canada. In tonight's event, you can see and sample the many treats and entertainment we bring, adding to the Canadian multicultural identity that we have valued so greatly today. We're deeply honored to have each of you here tonight from across Canada as we come together to celebrate the Lunar New Year and embrace the Year of the Rabbit. I wish everyone 恭喜發財，新年快樂，萬事如意，恭喜恭喜。And next, I would like to invite my colleague and friend, Member of Parliament from Scarborough North, Shaun Chen. Thank you.
Good evening, 大家好，大家好，恭喜發財，新年快樂。It's a delight for me to see everyone and to see this incredible room filled with people. It's been too long, and it's good that we are all here in person to celebrate the Lunar New Year. As we usher in the Year of the Rabbit, this year is also a momentous anniversary for Canadians of Chinese descent. We mark 100 years since the Chinese Exclusion Act, a shameful law that was passed by the Canadian Parliament that essentially barred Chinese immigration to Canada for over 2 decades. I'm very delighted to be part of a government, as you heard from our Prime Minister, that stands up against anti-Asian racism. And I'm very proud of the incredible work that each and every one of you has done, as Minister Ng said, throughout these past 2 years, to support each other, to be there with compassion and care for our neighbors. As you all know, as part of the Lunar New Year celebration, the lion dance is a tradition. It's a tradition that represents the good fortune that is to come. And through all the struggles and the successes of Asian communities, now is the time for us to come together and look forward to the future. So to help us, I'm very delighted to welcome the Success Dragon Lion Dance Troupe to perform a lion dance. And at this time, I am delighted to welcome back our Prime Minister and our members of the Chinese Caucus to do the official lion eye dotting ceremony. Thank you. 谢谢，多谢。